What's going on, you guys? Holy smokes, we got another Amazon delivery, brand new Lightyear figures. Alisha Hawthorne, the XL14, and Space Ranger Alpha Morrison. Super excited to dive into these ones, you guys. I was really stoked to find out that these arrived. I guess Amazon had told me it was like October something, and then it changed to September something, and then boom, all of a sudden within the same week that I ordered, they arrived. So there's Alisha. Really excited for her because I did not find that 2-pack from Kohl's that was the exclusive. Here is the XL14 Buzz. Looks very similar to the XL03 and on the back side. So it's very interesting to see that we get the rest of Wave 2 revealed. And it's pretty much Darby, XL14, XL03, XL15, and now the brand new XL14 with Morrison. But that's really cool. Gotta find that Darby, you guys. So far, I have had no luck. And here's Mo, probably the one I was excited for the most. I visited San Diego Comic-Con this year, and when I saw Mo on display, I just thought it was so cool that they put him in the Space Ranger Alpha costume. Him and Darby and Izzy. I think that's definitely what you need if you're a collector of the action figures from this movie. All right, we are going to get these guys out of the packaging and take a closer look. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we got our action figures out of the packaging, and they look fantastic. Every one of these figures has something new to offer, whether it be sculpt, paint details, accessories. I was blown away by this. Each one of these, $12 on Amazon right now. Taking a look first at Alisha Hawthorne. She looks absolutely fantastic. I really like this figure a lot, and her likeness to what we've seen in the film is very accurate. She actually has a brand new sculpt. I thought for sure she would have had the same sculpt as Izzy's Space Ranger Alpha costume, but that is not the case. It is completely different. And I have Izzy right here to show you guys. Of course, aside from the battle damage, the figures, the sculpt work, the head sculpt, everything, it is different, and you're going to notice it for sure in hand. But what I can say basically is that she's got a little bit more armor, especially in the shoulders, Alisha, and in the legs and the arms, and Izzy's is a little bit more slim. So you can see here side by side the differences. Very, very interesting. I really thought for sure these guys would have had the exact same sculpt, but Mattel is just pulling all the stops. Absolutely incredible. So for the articulation, we've got movement in the head, side to side. Pretty good. Arms come out, forward, back, full 360. Bend, twist at the elbow, which is pretty good. Full wrist articulation, full waist articulation. Legs come out about that far, forward. They go back about that far. There's a bend and a twist at the knee. And that's about it. We also get a couple of really good, really important accessories. We get our helmet, which snaps on just like this. A little tricky. Maybe from the back first and then the front. That seems to be the trick. And the helmet does look really good. My apologies for the glare. There's no way you're going to avoid that. But the helmet does fit her costume very well, and it looks really good. I got to say, I really do like that a lot. It fits great. And then we also get her pistol, which is the same pistol that we started getting with our first Crystal Grade Buzz. It's nothing crazy, same standard gun. And it does fit right here on her side, just like this. Simple, very nice. And we can put it in her hand as well. And that should work also very nicely. All right, you guys. Our brand new Alisha Hawthorne. And this, I think, is really the only 5-inch scale Alisha Hawthorne that there is. So, pretty awesome that we finally got this figure. And next, taking a look at the XL14 Buzz Lightyear. This is really interesting. I thought for sure this guy was going to be exactly the same as the XL03 Buzz that we just reviewed, also in blue. Kind of a little less excited because we got 2 blue Buzz Lightyears, but this is really interesting actually because his whole chest sculpt is different. We'll go over that in just a moment. But this does, to me, look to be true to what we saw of the XL14 in the movie. It was brief, but it was enough for me to kind of make that connection that, yes, it's a blue and black costume that he has. So this is the XL03 Buzz. At least that's what it's being dubbed as. XL03. They looked very similar in the beginning. You'll notice that there's no hose on the left for our XL14 Buzz, and then you'll start to notice the rest of the differences here on the chest. It is subtle, but it is different, and for that, I'm very grateful that these are two different Buzz Lightyear figures. So that is very interesting indeed. For Buzz's articulation, he's got movement in his head, side to side on a ball joint, so he can look up just a little bit and down just a little bit. On my copy, not so much. His arms come out about that far, forward and back, full 360, bend, twist at the elbow, full wrist articulation, full waist articulation. His legs come out about that far, forward, they don't really go back. There's a bend and a twist at the knee, and of course, we get that awesome boot cut articulation. Pretty sweet. Buzz does come with an all-new helmet that is unique to him. This is our XL14 helmet. And raw and uncut, you can see I'm having trouble here getting this on, just like the XL01, unfortunately. So it takes a lot of time, some finagling, but it is possible, and this does look really good. Actually looks really sharp. So that piece in the front there, for me, that looks all new. Similar to the yellow XL12, but ultimately it is different. And you can see just how different. Our XL12 Buzz, it's just got a bigger, wider helmet, and the antenna on the side is different. So similar, but again, another really cool feature about this Buzz. An original chest plate, an original helmet, and an all-new Ivan. Ivan's pretty much like the iPhone at this point. So this has got to be the Ivan 14. And it looks pretty good. I'm going to try to get in there so you can see. It does say Ivan right there, which is cool. They don't all say that. You can attach it to his side right here, and it looks pretty good. Nice. So kind of like the iPhone there. There, you can focus in there. His navigator or computer or smart device, and then he can hold it in his hand as well. That is pretty cool. So you guys, the XL14 Buzz Lightyear. I was very surprised, really hesitant at first. In fact, I actually had to double take a couple times because I thought, wait a minute, isn't this the XL03? But it's not. A really cool figure. And next, Space Ranger Alpha Morrison. This guy looks awesome. I don't know what it is about him. Maybe because it's that familiar Buzz Lightyear suit that we all know, but it's a different character and there's a different color in there. And I think it just looks absolutely fantastic. Believe it or not, this is an all-new sculpt as well. And I thought for sure if we were not getting this figure, I was going to be able to make a custom Morrison and just use a regular Space Ranger Alpha Buzz Lightyear body. But man, we got a really cool looking figure. And he has a peg hole on his backside, not that giant port, so he can also store a laser sword or any kind of weapon back there, maybe even his harpoon. And that would be pretty cool. And ultimately, I really do like this guy a lot. Just so you guys can understand how different this guy is, there's Buzz right next to him. Mo has a completely different sculpt. And from head to toe, he's just ultimately a much bigger figure. And it's really interesting. And you really kind of notice it in the helmet, too. His helmet is huge compared to Buzz Lightyear's. It's just, it's massive. So there you go. There's the difference in size. So you can see the helmets. Mo's is much bigger. And I really like the way that this figure came out. For me, he's absolutely fantastic, and I really do like the way he looks. They absolutely captured it great. So he's got movement in his head, side to side, pretty good. He can look up a little, down. His arms come out, forward, back, full 360. Bend, twist at the elbow, full wrist articulation, full waist articulation. His legs come out, forward. They don't really go back very far. There's a bend and a twist at the knee, and that's about it for Mo. A really cool looking figure. That helmet fits on really great. Perfect. Absolutely fantastic. That is a really cool looking figure. And he also comes with the same pistol that we've been getting with some of our Space Ranger Alpha figures. So definitely appreciate that. The more pistols we get, the better. I really do like this weapon a lot out of everything else we've gotten so far. I think one of the only weapons we haven't gotten is the laser for the arm. And I think it'd be really cool if one of the Buzz figures came with that. Eventually, we got it as a, sculpt on that $117 Buzz that does the rotating movement when you squeeze his legs, but we never got it as an attachment or an accessory. We did with the Space Ranger Alpha figures, those $20 expensive figures, but not in the 5-inch scale. So here is Mo, and he looks absolutely fantastic. Super excited to be able to add this one to the collection. All right, so for a comparison with our new figures and their most similar counterparts, here we go. Definitely, we got a brand new Izzy Hawthorne sculpt versus Alisha Hawthorne sculpt. Both absolutely different. Our XL14 versus our XL03. They are different sculpts as well on the chest, so that's very appreciated. And as for Mo, it's kind of a guess on my part here. I'm going to go ahead and say that they are the same sculpt and maybe just painted a little bit differently, the head sculpt. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But all in all, you guys, these figures look absolutely fantastic. We're not getting just random repaints. We are still getting figures that had different looks in the movie. Really sweet. And for another size comparison, here are some other figures in the lineup with our new figures. They look absolutely fantastic, and they all seem to complement each other very well. Just in case you're keeping count, we have the XL01, XL03, XL09, XL12, XL14, XL15, and Space Ranger Alpha. We're almost there. We still need a few more buzzes to go. Alright, you guys, that about does it for this action figure review. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, we have Alisha Hawthorne, XL14 Buzz, and Space Ranger Alpha Mo Morrison. $12 on Amazon, a great set of figures. Super excited to see what else we get from this line. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're going to pick up or pass on these guys, what you're finding in your local areas and online. I would love to hear from you. You guys, the likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions on my channel have been phenomenal. We reached over 5,000 subscribers, and it's because of you guys. Thank you, each and every one of you. Truly and wholeheartedly, I appreciate you all. And all the support, all the positivity, all the comments and questions. It's because of you guys that I keep doing this and contributing to my nerd culture here on the channel. So thanks, you guys. As I find more new, cool, and awesome stuff, I'll be sure to bring it to you here. So keep it peeled right at my channel. Once again, I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching.